got a lot of people asking me what's happening at TOK today. So today I'm going to give you an update on what's happening at TOK today. And I'm going to give you a sneak preview of something that's coming up, something big that's coming up. Welcome to ToK Today. I'm Daniel, and I've been receiving quite a lot of messages from my subscribers and from people who support the channel saying, hey Daniel, what's happening at ToK Today? Why haven't you been uploading for a few weeks? Why haven't you been sending out any blogs for a few weeks? So I just wanted to let you know, guys, that I'm still here and I'm still completely committed to the channel and to the ToK Today website. I've been working on a big project, which I hope to release in the next couple of weeks. The project is for teachers, it's for ToK teachers, and it's a set of lessons to teach the ToK essay. So it's a resource pack for teachers for teaching the ToK essay. It's got all of the lesson plans and all the lesson resources and the skill development and everything in there. Teachers will be able to just one press of a button and they'll have their lessons for teaching the ToK essay all done. Lots more details on that coming up in the next couple of weeks. So that's what's sort of one of the things that's been taking my time up. Also, the other thing that's been taking my time up is that I've been investing a bit in my own professional development, in my own professional learning. Teachers have to keep learning to stay relevant and to keep us on our toes and keep us good at our job. So that's been taking up some of my time. And maybe in the coming months, I'll talk a bit about what I've been learning and how that's impacting my understanding of ToK. Also, I've been working with schools and with students from around the world. So I've been working with schools in a number of countries on a few issues. One of them is how to teach the ToK essay. Another one on how to do the development for the exhibition to help them to improve their exhibition grades. And quite a few schools on course planning. I've been working alongside them on planning their courses. I love doing all of that work. So if you're a school and you want some support on your ToK course, then please get in touch. Secondly, I've been working with students. So November 25 students, a lot of them seem to be doing their exhibitions at the moment, so I've been helping them with their exhibitions. And May 25 students are currently into their essays, and I'm coaching a few students on their essays and helping out there, which I also really enjoy doing. So if you're a student and you want extra support with ToK, then do get in touch. And I think that's a good opportunity for me to answer the top 5 questions that I've been getting recently, the most frequent questions that I've been receiving. Okay, so the first question I've been getting is, how many claims do we need to include in our ToK essays? And, it's like the how long is a piece of string question. The number of claims that you need to include depends upon the arguments that you're using and the development of those arguments. But I would say that broadly for all essays, you need a big claim in AOK1 and you need a big claim in AOK2. Now, as you evaluate those big claims, you're going to develop smaller claims, evaluation claims. So there isn't this sort of finite number. I can't say, it's 4 claims and it's for AOK1 and 4 claims for AOK2. It doesn't work like that. It depends how you've structured your essay, but you definitely need claim and a number of evaluation points for each AOK. Moving on. The next issue that's coming up is people are writing to me asking about counterclaims. Now, there should not be any counterclaims in your essays. It's not a term that we use anymore. It's out of date. It's something we used to talk about in ToK, but no longer. We use the term evaluation now. Now, the reason for changing from counterclaim to evaluation is that claim and counterclaim seems to be, here's position A, here's position B, here's the claim, here's the counterclaim, and they're just opposed to each other. And that doesn't really help us to unpack that claim very well. Whereas if we evaluate the claim, so we look at its strengths and its weaknesses, that really helps us to to develop the knowledge argument and develop our understanding of TOK. So no more counterclaims, just evaluations. Third question, do we need a real-life example for our evaluations? Yes, you do. And this has been highlighted in the subject report from May 2024. I think it's that one, where they've asked for an example for the evaluations. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give an example for every evaluation point. You just don't have sufficient words to do that. But you certainly need at least one example for one of the evaluation points. I would say an example for the biggest evaluation point. The fourth most frequent question that I've been receiving is to do with prescribed title number 4, May 25. Do ever-improving tools lead to improved knowledge? And the question is, can a concept or a theory be considered as a tool? And absolutely yes, a concept or a theory can be a tool. In fact, I would say that concepts and theories are more important tools than material tools. That's my point of view. It's controversial. Not everybody will agree. But if you've got a material tool, like a new microscope or a new telescope or an AI, it can produce new data for you. It can produce new evidence for you. But how to make that data or evidence or information into knowledge, you need to attach meaning to it. And we use concepts and theories to develop meaning. So I think that concepts and theories, improvements in concepts and theories, are the most important ever-improving tools. Discuss at length. Okay, well, the final question I've been getting is from students who are maybe a bit frustrated or a bit worried. And that question is, isn't TOK just so subjective? How do I ensure that I get a good grade, which I need for university or whatever, when it's all just so subjective? Now, first of all, this can be looked at in two ways. Are you saying that the subject of TOK is subjective, the actual discipline, the content, the framework, the areas of knowledge, the knowledge framework, all that stuff? Or are you saying that the assessment is subjective? Now, the discussion about whether the subject is subjective, TOK as a discipline, whether that's subjective, that's a huge discussion. Yeah, there are PhD philosophers who are grappling with that, the nature of objectivity and empirical realism. But is the assessment of TOK subjective? Well, I would say no, it's not. And I know that lots of teachers will say yes, it is, and lots of students will say yes, it is. I don't think it is. I was an examiner for a very long time. And the examiners have a very stringent system where they are constantly checked on by the chief examiner and the assistant chief examiner. And I'm not going to go into how it works, but trust me, the examiners are constantly checked. It's very hard to be an examiner. It's very hard to stay being an examiner because your marks have to agree with the chief examiner's marks. And also the essay structures themselves, the essay titles, the essay structures themselves, the assessment rubric, it's quite clear what you need to include. And if you include those things, you will get a good mark. So please don't worry about it being too subjective. Please don't worry about whether you're going to get a good mark or not. If you put in a good faith effort, if you work with your TOK teacher, and you do the things which are asked of you by the IB and by the TOK teacher, you will get a good mark in TOK. It's not something to worry about, okay? And worry does not make for good exam results. Staying chilled, staying calm, staying ToKtastic makes for good exam results. My friends, TOK teachers and TOK students, I hope you're staying well. I'm going to try to give you a few more updates about what's going on. Look after yourselves, stay ToKtastic. See you soon. Bye.